do is make sure it don't fall over.
I don't think it will fall over.
We need to get Rusty to install you a swivel mill right there at that little gap between those certificates.
What we need to do is have the village do it themselves. That would be fantastic. But so I see
And this is a special meeting, you got agenda for
Matt,
tonight?
we're supposed to get some paperwork.
We got the agenda.
Check.
Did Matt get you paperwork?
he emailed it to us.
Okay, that's fine.
I thought I printed it out, but I can't find it. Let me go reprint it.
You wanna print out the agenda too?
Do what?
The agenda?
Well, no.
I didn't print it out.
We don't want to talk two subjects, we'll do the police first and then.
Got in here for this.
So these we'll discuss at this meeting. We'll look at and get the new, because those are things that are not what happens.
These are all.
Change it. Exactly. That's all I said. I would say change it. It is a negative side.
Use it to print with the worker.
I'm surprised.
No.
I'm surprised that that wasn't at my spot. That must have been for the one.
It was great in here.
That was the car was. Original car was cheap and Kelly was here.
So Becky's only for 5,000. This one does.
Yeah.
I was wanting to ask Mary because Becky's had a heart attack and that's the
So there's some local too.
That's bigger, it's not.
So there's lots of times she's a
All those special needs to sell. Don't third next case. We need to get Rusty to get ready.
This one seems to be a job. She talks about a lot. And something that we're trying to figure out in the city.
Staying here.
This one. Yes. You're right.
Yeah.
She's clean. She
You just-
She doesn't all have the hooks. One have, all of them have some.
He's printing off the resolution.
She can actually honor society. She took classes for accounting afterwards.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, thanks.
Wait a minute.
It's one of those ones.
And this,
No, I don't agree. I just, that's what you've been running. That's why I told her. There's nothing. And then, it was coming out of that.
yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
This is.
You think she's doing a good job and stuff. This will also probably be just. See, that's the, at least she's 2 years. 2 years. That was, I don't know if we'll do this again in 2 years. Yes, I'm more ready to shoot.
I need that back.
We'll do this, just looking at it,
Yeah.
that's not.
Yeah, this is the stance. Used to have Josh before, and then Josh started working. Scott went to first shift, and Scott went to first shift, and to William. Just so you can see that.
Transformation.
5, 7 years.
So that ended up being Scott and Scott working, and Josh's work. So now it's like, just keep your hand on the line.
So you look on this one, this one, which I think.
We just recently got a new tire up there at the gas station. hopefully she works out. She seems like a sweetheart, but
And I'd like to know what the mystery paper is.
Which means she'll never have. Bachelor's in books and county classes.
Not a mystery, William had it.
And it was like this one also.
This one?
She knows Ubers, and she knows all of
How she have a little property man? Yeah, it says that she worked for the company for that age. That's a municipal. So I don't know if those two don't jive in my work.
Yeah.
I don't understand how she did overs if she's working for a retail property.
Back in the day.
Just for that super crooked.
School district was up here. It's got to be because of security.
I know I sent you a copy of it.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
It'll go in that box. That's all.
You on? Call's being to order. Roll call. Dan.
yay.
Ted.
Yeah.
Rob.
Yes.
Peggy. Lizzie.
Yeah.
William.
Yep.
All right. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I got some more we can print it out, but we need to pass a resolution in 2026 and we need to get a number for it. We'll probably do that. For declaring it necessary to levy a tax in excess of 10 mil limitation. Okay. Who's a good reader? You want to read it?
That's okay with everybody else.
Yeah.
Resolution declaring it necessary to levy a tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation. The council of the village of Camden, Preble County, Ohio met in regular session. Actually, it's going to be special session, so that'll need to be changed. This day, the 8th. On the 7th day of July 2026, at the office of the village of Camden, with the following members present: Ted Ashman, William Brown, Rob Dake, Lizzie Jones, Dan Stapleton, Rebecca Wilson. Move to adopt the following resolution. Whereas the amount of taxes which may be raised within the 10 mil limitation will be insufficient to provide an adequate amount for the necessary requirements of said village of Camden, Preble County, Ohio. Therefore be it resolved by the council of the village of Camden, Preble County, Ohio, 2/3 of all members elected thereto concurring that it is necessary to levy a tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation for the benefit of the village of Camden, Preble County, Ohio, for police protection operating expenses at a rate not exceeding 6.00 mils for each $1 valuation, which amounts to 0.60 cents for each $100 evaluation for a period of 5 years, and which levy is a renewal levy with the levy commencing in the tax year 2026, first due and or collected in calendar year 2027, and be it further resolved that the question of levying additional taxes be submitted to the electors of said village of Camden, Preble County, Ohio, at the 2026 general election to be held at the usual voting places within said village of Camden, Preble County, Ohio, on the 3rd day of November 2026, with said general election date being chosen under the authority contained in section 5705.19 of the Ohio Revised Code and other applicable law, and be it further resolved that said levy be placed upon the tax list of the appropriate tax year after the February settlement next succeeding the election, if a majority of the electors voting thereon vote in favor thereof, and such tax list placement shall otherwise comply with section 5705.34 of the Ohio Revised Code and said applicable law. And it further resolved that the clerk of council of the Village of Camden, Preble County, Ohio, be and is hereby directed to certify a copy of this resolution to the Board of Elections, Preble County, Ohio, and notify said Board of Elections to cause notice of election on the question of levying said tax to be given as required by law. A second to the motion and roll call being as follows.
Make a motion to accept the resolution.
I'll second it.
I'll just go over it.
No, that's fine.
Bless you.
Roll call. Dan,
Yay.
Ted,
Yay.
Rob,
Yay.
Rebecca,
Yes.
Lizzie,
Yes.
William.
Yes.
Pass for second reading will be next week. Last reading will be next week. And then it will be given to the auditor.
This actually is to certify, get the certification from the auditor.
Yeah, that
So it
was
should have been an emergency for tonight.
She said if we did it, all we gotta have is 2 meetings.
yeah, so we vote that in, that goes to the auditor,
He talked to her. That's what she said.
and then we vote to put it
You
on.
also have to have the, you
We
can't
gotta
vote.
get a resolution.
You have to get the certification, and once you get the certification, you have to approve accepting the certification, and then you have another resolution that has to be passed. So this is just to get the certification,
Okay.
not to actually put it on the ballot yet.
Well, that'd be the second. Okay. That'll be turned in for that. Second, fiscal officer. Everybody had a chance to look at the resumes.
Yeah, I had some questions. Were interviews done on the position?
Not yet. We need to pick 2 that we all agree on, interview those 2. There's no need, a couple of them doesn't have anything we need. There's 2 of them that look pretty good, I thought. My recommendation would be for the Garnett, Elected Garnett.
I'd like to make a motion, if you would, please.
Yes, sir?
I'd like to make a motion that full council does the interviews instead of just a certain amount of people. I think it's very wise for all of council to have them in on executive session and let full council ask them questions. I don't want to get burned like we got burned the last time. So I think it's very appropriate that we do that.
I would second that motion.
We already got a second. First and second. On the motion, for full council, I don't think full council needed to. You could be on it. 3 people
That's
or
how I was
committees.
interviewed years ago, full council and the mayor.
But we got a motion and we got a second.
You were hired, you were?
All right. William,
Yeah.
Lizzie,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Ted,
Yes.
Dan.
Yes.
All right.
Do anybody on council have any outside personal relationships with any of the applicants that we need to be aware of, since the last one was friends with a council member?
I know one, but we're not friends. When she was a little girl, she was my neighbor, but that was 15 years ago.
I don't know.
Just figured we'd cover all our bases to be safe.
Good. So you want to interview all 4 of them, or do you want to pick the 2?
I just picked the top 2.
Pick the top 2.
That would be my
I would say
recommendation.
Alexa and Terry. Terry?
My pick would be Brookberry, and the other one would be, what's the other lady's name? I don't know.
No? I don't know.
We got Ashley, Brookberry, Alexa, and Terry Barnes.
You got him? Yeah, Terry Barnes.
Can we compromise for just those three?
Got, so this is New Lebanon?
Yeah.
Pretty far, it's out of the county. I thought the last time we did, still had to be in the county. The fiscal officers and
I don't know, you passed that resolution to make it so the fiscal officer didn't have to, does that carry over?
live in the
past-
village.
Right.
They have to live in the county though.
No, they don't.
They don't have to?
No.
No, we never specified, we just said they didn't have to live in the village.
Okay. All right.
So Brooke, Terry, and Alexa to be interviewed.
And they were down to 3.
And we went from 6 to 5 to 4 to 3. We're doing pretty good.
So we want those three?
Yeah, my 2 picks were Brooke and Terry, so
Okay. Yours was Alexa and Brooke.
Mine was
What's your
Terry and
vote?
Alexa.
What's your picks?
You have 2.
My two
you like-
picks are Brooke and Terry.
Brooke and Terry. Ted.
Yeah, I had Brooke and Alexa.
I think really just gonna narrow it down to the interviews.
We're still down to 3.
From those three, I think it's just the interviews is gonna narrow it down.
yeah.
Because there's pros and cons. You get somebody with experience, they have the experience, but you get somebody fresh out, you have an opportunity to be trainable, to mold them into what the village needs.
That's why I was considering Brooke, is because she's going to school right now for forensic accounting, and she's also lives in Camden.
Who's that, Brooke?
Yeah, Brookberry.
I don't remember.
She's from Camden too, isn't she?
Yeah.
You know, the only,
Both of those are Alexa and Brookberry from
Yeah.
Camden.
the only thing about Brooke that kind of worries me a little bit is it's about 2 years and she's gone to another job. I want somebody that's going to be here. We're going to invest thousands of dollars into them. I don't want to go through the same process in 2 years.
Well, that's what I thought was good about the Garnett one. She just graduated from college. She has some pretty high skills on there. And it would be easier, since she has no prior notion about what to do or how to do it, we could get the right people in here to train her.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to do that anyway. We'll try to call in the
It's
state
not,
auditor to get somebody to come down and help us in the meantime and for training.
it's not uncommon for people in those positions to move on every couple of years too.
Yeah, but what do? If we spend thousands of dollars training her, then we're going to be back to school we're at right now. I would say-
Realistically, finding somebody that's gonna be here for 20 years is less likely than it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
People invested in places, we don't do that now. But I think we're gonna get more long-term effects from having somebody like Alexa. We just gotta kind of, and she's got 6 months. You go under a 6-month probation. So worst case scenario, before the 6 months is up, if it's not working out, we don't think she's gonna go fast enough, we go through it all over again. We don't wait the 2 years.
Well, we can ask all three of these to come in. We can do an interview.
Pick an evening and you set a time, or?
We need to set a time and a date. And we need to find out whether they're available.
Yeah, we'll have to wait until you get back with us on their availability to try to get them all at the same time.
Let's try to narrow it down.
I mean, worst case, can we have them at the meeting? On the 16th?
I'll see if they can make it to the next meeting then.
I mean, it's a week away. Does that seem,
Well,
Seems reasonable.
give them plenty of time? I can put executive session on the,
yeah, we'll have to.
so will that executive session be labeled the same as this meeting's was?
For personnel,
So I'll make sure to put an
this
executive.
executive session, which is going to be just a regular meeting.
Yeah. So I'll add an executive session to it and we'll just plan for that.
Okay.
You might iterate with them that council, I think it probably has to be a motion too, that, and I can make that motion to do a full background check, personal background check,
And finance.
financial background check, and a drug test.
Yeah, we absolutely have to make sure that we don't drop the ball on that financial one.
Well, second.
I've met, when we, whoever we pick, if we decide at the executive session, then we'll have full background check on that. On that person. Matt can run that through Ryan, Indiana.
Yeah, because they have to sign a paper
Any
giving
offer ought to
permission.
be,
Yeah,
any offer for employment ought to be contingent on it.
yeah. Well, absolutely.
Contingent on passing the background check, yeah. Does anybody have a night next 4 years for this meeting? Never mind. That was. Well, special. I'll get it.
Okay. That's it.
Y'all happy?
Need a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Roll call, Dan.
Yeah.
Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah.